Students, welcome in our civics lecture. Today we are going to learn about chapter number 9, that is urban livelihood in the civics. In the previous lesson we learned about the rural livelihood, how that rural people living in the villages and how they are surviving. Now in this lecture we are going to learn about the urban livelihood. The towns and cities are called urban areas. In India there are more than 5,000 towns and 27 big cities. Big cities include Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Kolkata and others. Big cities have more than 1 million people living and working. But not everyone in the cities has a job to do, so they are self-employed. Such a self-employed in the urban areas are the vendors in the streets and the owners of the shops in the market areas. First of all, let's discuss the livelihood of the street vendors. जो अर्बन एरिया में स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स हैं, मतलब फेरी वाले या स्ट्रीट पर जो बेचने वाले लोग होते हैं, उनकी लाइफ कैसे होती है. In India there are almost 1 crore people working on the street as a vendor. These vendors work under no one and work on their own, which means they are self-employed. Works of the vendors include selling vegetables, repairing things like cycles, providing transport services to small distance and others. For selling things, vendors use their own cart or simply a plastic sheet spread on the floor. Vendors sell the things that are usually prepared at home by their families from raw materials they purchase. These items are comparatively cheaper. For example, vendors selling food items or snacks on the street that are mostly prepared at their home. They do not have permanent shops, but they have only temporary places, so they can be asked to move at any time by the police. Previously, there used to be some places where the hawkers were not allowed. Hawkers are the vendors who sell things by moving from place to place, and street vendors were seen as blocking the traffic and the people walk on the streets. This situation has changed now as many organizations supported the vendors working on the streets. Now street vendors' work is recognized as it is their right to earn their livelihood. Street vendors are also a benefit to the people in the urban areas as they bring the required goods and services to their doorstep. So the government is also thinking of providing a place for them known as the hawking zones in the cities and towns. The government should also consider the street vendors' opinion in the decision making process. Now, let's see the livelihood of shop owners in the market areas. अब ये देखें हमने पहले कि जो रोड के साइड में बैठते हैं उनके बारे में हमने देखा. अब देखेंगे कि जिनके परमानेंट शॉप होते हैं उनके बारे में. In urban areas, we find different kinds of shops in various parts of the city. These areas are called market areas. Apart from these shops, we also find banks, couriers, services, and other such places in the market areas. The shops in the market areas are permanent and are owned by business persons. Business persons are also self-employed and give jobs to many workers as helpers. Business persons get the license to run the shops from the municipal corporation. The municipal corporation also decides on which day of the week the shops in the market areas have to remain closed. So, let students, we will revise those points once again. You can write that notes in your notebook also. In urban areas, people do different kinds of works in different places. Working in the streets and market areas are two such places. Vendors do not have a permanent place to sell their goods, and more often police ask them to leave the street. Previously, there used to be some places in urban areas where the hawkers were not allowed. Then some organizations supported these vendors and their work is now recognized as the right to earn a livelihood. The government is also thinking of making hawking zones in the cities and the towns. We also find permanent shops, banks, courier services, and others such places in the market areas. The shops in the market areas are owned by business persons. They are also self-employed and employ others as helpers. Business persons get the license to run shops from the municipal corporation and they decide on which day of the week the shops have to remain closed. So, I hope students you understood that street vendors as well as the who are the owners of the shop and how they are surviving daily. In the next point, we are going to learn about urban livelihood in the factory and office area. फैक्ट्री और ऑफिस एरिया के जो लोग हैं उनका रहन सहन कैसे होता है ये हम यहाँ पे देखने वाले हैं. There are people living in urban areas who are not self-employed. They work for other people. These people either work in factories, in offices, or as daily wage laborers. People who work as daily wage laborers sit at the labor chalk in the morning and wait for the people to come and take them for some work. Maybe students in our area also so many times you seen like these peoples. They do work such as digging at the construction site, lifting loads, बिल्डिंग रोड्स एक्सेट्रा. मतलब उनके काम क्या होते हैं, ऐसे काम होते हैं. दीज डेली वेज लेबरर्स आर कॉल्ड कैजुअल लेबरर्स. डेली लेबरर्स को कैजुअल लेबरर भी कहा जाता है. देयर आर फ्यू वर्कर्स हु गेट ए जॉब इन फैक्ट्रीज और इन ऑफिसेस. The working conditions of factories and offices are very different. Let's see the working conditions in factories by taking the example of a garment factory. In the factory areas, we mostly find many factories with each having small workshops. हर एक फैक्ट्री में क्या होते हैं, छोटे छोटे वर्कशॉप्स होते हैं. Workshops are the areas in the factories where the production of goods takes place with the help of machines and tools. वर्कशॉप में क्या किया जाता है फैक्ट्रीज में कि मशीन और टूल्स यूज़ करके वहाँ पे वर्क किया जाता है. In a garment factory there are tailors who stitch the clothes on the sewing machine. सीविंग मशीन पर क्या किए जाते हैं, कपड़े सिलाए जाते हैं. Clothes that are stitched in India are also sent to a foreign countries like the USA, UK, Germany and Netherlands. From December to April, garment factories get more cloth orders, so there will be an extra payment if workers वर्क फॉर लेट आवर्स. मतलब दिसंबर से लेकर अप्रैल तक क्या होते हैं, क्लॉथ की ज़्यादा ऑर्डर होती है तो क्या किया जाता है कि इन वर्कर्स को लेट आवर के भी कपड़े के पैसे या काम करने के पैसे उन्हें दिए जाते हैं. द वर्कर्स इन द गारमेंट फैक्ट्री वर्क फॉर अ लॉन्ग आवर्स इन दीज मंथ्स. Workers for 6 days in a week. However, the workers work for 7 days in a week if the work needs to be completed urgently. By the June, work in the garment factory reduces and workers are asked to leave for about 3 or 4 months. Like them, workers who have jobs only for some months in a year are called the casual workers. They work only when the employer needs them. More often, casual workers are not treated properly. If casual workers complain about the working conditions or the salary, then they asked to leave the job also. So, there is no job security for the casual workers in the factory areas. So, let's see the working conditions in the office area. Office area generally have tall buildings with the different companies. They mostly employ people who are educated. Unlike casual workers, works in the offices areas have a job for a long period, so they are employed as a permanent workers. Permanent workers attend the same offices regularly and their work is clearly identified. They get a regular salary every month, and apart from the salary, they also get other benefits. Benefits for the permanent workers include savings for old age, holidays, and medical facilities for their families. Some part of the salary is kept for saving for the old age with the government. For that, money interest is earned. When permanent workers get old and retire from the job, then they can use that money for their living. Permanent workers get holidays on Sundays and national holidays. Apart from these holidays, some days in a year can be taken as annual leaves. When the permanent worker falls sick and takes leave, then the salary is not deducted for the leave taken. Both workers and their family members get medical benefits if they are sick, as some amount is paid by the company. So, let's students, we will revise those points once again. All the people living in urban areas are not self-employed, so they work in factories, in offices as daily wage laborers for their other people. Daily wage laborers sit at labor chowk and wait for people to come and take them for some work. In the factory areas, we mostly find many factories with each having small workshops. One such a factory is a garment factory. Workers here work for long hours in the months from December to April, as there is a larger clothes order. By the June, the worker in the garment factory reduces and the workers are asked to leave. Like them, workers who have jobs only for some months are called the casual workers, and they do not have job security. In the office areas, mostly we find permanent workers. Apart from the regular salary, they have many other benefits. Benefits for the permanent workers include savings for old ages, holidays, and medical facilities for their families. So, I hope students you understood all the points from the urban livelihood. In that, first of all, we discussed about the casual laborer, as well as after that we learn about the office areas, we learn about the street vendors and shop owners also. So thank you. Happy learning.